Alright, just a quick update video on my sorcerer build. I've done a few things to it just to improve it a little bit. Starting out, I went with one light piece pirate skeleton guys. I use the impenetrable trait, and that gives me an additional 2975 resistances. Just going through the build quickly, just for those of you who haven't seen it before, I've got Julianos, I've got a heavy chest and heavy legs so as to maximize my resistances. I've also got 5 pieces of light armor, the other being spinners. I've got spinners, shoulders, and a spinner's belt, as well as jewelry to complete the 5 pieces. One of the differences I've made was to put on one magic or recovery instead of a spell damage, and I found this helped me out a lot while I'm out there. I mean, I could get by with it before, but this way I really don't have to worry about it too much. As well as the lightning staff of Julianos and a restoration staff. Now, on the restoration staff and the lightning staff, I've got these weapons and spell damage whiffs. Now, on an infused weapon, once these proc, my spell damage goes up to right at about 3600. It can be a little more, a little less, but just, depending on what my buffs are and everything like that. But it's pretty high, so when your heavy attacks do proc, these proc as well, and all of a sudden now your heavy attacks start to matter a good bit. Now, I like to go with this food, Clockwork Citrus Fillet. It's a little bit expensive, but I think it's worth it. Now, just a thought I had for PvP, I'm going to get into the champion points and explain a little bit. I've got about 75 into Siphoner, and this decreases your enemy's health, magic, and stamina recovery by 14%. So if you're using heavy attacks on them, that helps. And another thing, you can heavy attack and heal with this, and you can also use these, damage magic poison and damage stamina poison. Now for PvP, once this procs, you can set this on your back bar, and once that procs, they're going to have a real hard time with the sustain. Basically, a few seconds in, if you proc this on them, that and the champion points, they're not going to be able to sustain really well. I don't care how good of a player they are. And if you can basically keep alive through that part of it, run them out of resources, then you can switch bars and finish them up with your lightning staff. Just a few ideas, that I've had. I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, my spell damage is 2948. Critical is at about 40%. And my spell resistance is at 20,000 and almost 19 with the physical resistance. That's the reason I've used the pirate skeleton, and you'll want to use a light piece so you have the 5-piece light benefits. Now in your armor, this is where this comes into play. When with 5 pieces or more, you increase your spell penetration, and with 5 pieces or more, you increase your spell critical rating by 2191. And of course it helps your damage as well. So this was just something that that I've been playing around with, and it seems to work pretty well. So anyway, this was just going to be a short video. I just wanted to kind of get this out there and share this with you guys. And I guess I'll see you guys out there. I'll talk to you later.